Hi, this is Jana. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making a classic quiche Lorraine. I have a busy week ahead and it's like I'm trying to do carnivore as much as I can. And so I thought this is perfect. I'm just going to make myself a quiche Lorraine for the week. And so I've got 4 eggs. And this is the most important part. Anytime you're making a custard, like a quiche Lorraine has in it, you just want to blend the eggs. You don't want to beat them high. You just want to mix them until the whites and the yolks.
Sorry, camera bounced. Sorry, I was trying to zoom in. Sorry.
We keep it real around here. We're not professionals. We're just a family. And so you want to mix up the egg white and the yolks just until they are blended together, but not beating them or adding air, okay? Just like this. And to those 4 eggs, I'm adding 2 cups of half and half cream, just like that. And I'm adding 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. You can leave out the cornstarch if you are strict carnivore. That's a starch, so you don't want that if you are doing strict. And then a half a teaspoon of salt, just like that. And it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. And so I'm going to add just a touch more than that because I like mine a little spicy. Okay, and now we've got a nutmeg. And there are whole nutmegs. And then I have a fine grater. And some people are really sensitive to it, like me. Aaron doesn't particularly, but if you use the whole nutmeg, it doesn't tend to have the stomach upset that some does. So there's nutmeg. Like I said, that's optional. You do not have to put that in. And we've got that mixed together. And that is simple, simple, simple. Set that aside for just a minute. Clear off my workspace. Got a frozen pie crust, and we haven't baked this one. And so what we're going to do is to this frozen pie crust is I have some grated onion. And this is optional. If you don't like onion, don't put it in. Or if you want to use green onion, do that. It's your quiche. You put in what you like. If instead of bacon, you can put in almonds and diced chicken. You can do all kinds of things. All right. Now I've got some basil. And so I'm going to put basil just in the bottom. Just like that. And then I have some garlic salt. If you don't have garlic salt, you can use a little garlic powder in the bottom and then just sprinkle lightly some salt. But that's just garlic powder would be fine, okay? And so this is where you can use an 8-ounce package block of Swiss cheese. Today I was at Aldi's and I love their Swiss and Gruyere cheese. I'm not French, I probably didn't say that exactly right, but you know what I mean. And you use 2 cups or 8 ounces onto the top, just like that. And then I did 5 slices of bacon because I like mine bacony. If you want less, then you use less. If you want more, then you do more. It's your quiche. And so I've got that. So good, so, so good. And I just drained it on paper towels. Just like this. And you can mix it into the cheese if you want to, but I think it looks beautiful on top. Just like that. So now we've got our recipe for the cream. And I always have my pie crust sitting on a sturdy baking sheet to start with, okay? And historically, even though I buy a deep dish frozen crust,
it could always overflow.
There's always extra, and then I just pour it into a small ramekin. And pour your cream and eggs over the top. And this is going to do like I said. And so I wanted to save room because I needed to add 2 tablespoons of butter to the top, just like that. And then to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese, optional, on top.
And a lot of people love this recipe of hers.
And we've done it for a very long time. Actually, I got this recipe from my mom back in 1979, maybe, somewhere around there. I know, I'm old, but my mom I was already grown and out of the house. But anyway, Mom gave me this recipe and it was delicious. And so we're going to be back. I'm going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes. It'll dome up. It'll be lightly browned on top, and it'll be absolutely beautiful. And sometimes it overflows onto the parchment paper. I'm just telling you, it just does. And so my oven is even, but it's probably, it just does it, but it's delicious. So we'll be back when it's ready. And there is our quiche Lorraine. I had put a pie ring on to keep our crust from getting too brown. And you can see how it's domed up. I don't know, Erin, if you can zoom down to get that. It's domed up right now, and it will deflate a little bit, so that's okay. That's how we know, and it's gonna be so creamy and custardy and cheesy. And we'll be back when we are ready to serve, and it'll cool down. I always let mine rest about a half an hour. And so thank you, and we'll see you shortly. Okay, our quiche is cooled down. It's still warm, but not hot. I always let them cool to at least, till at least it's cool to the touch. If you like, because quiche can be eaten cold, warm, or hot. And the first piece coming out of any pie or quiche or anything is always the hardest to get out looking pretty. So I'm going to do my best here, but no promises. I know that when we're using these disposable pie pans that you can pull this down and cut it to get your first piece out. So hopefully we aren't going to break the crust on it. Ta-da! I did it! Delicious quiche Lorraine. It is sliding. I try to tip it so you can see the sides of it. But it is an absolutely wonderful high protein breakfast. So thank you for stopping by my kitchen, and I hope that you make my quiche Lorraine real soon. My mom's quiche Lorraine.